Hello everyone, it is the Champions League draw. It is coming up very, very shortly. It's not coming up shortly, it's a Champions League draw. It's going to be about an hour's worth of absolute waffle and glad-handed and lots of people basically stroking themselves off and their levels of self-importance. But we will fill that time until such time that the draw kicks off. I am Paul Machin. This is Chris Pajak. We have not had a massive stress getting this up and running at all, have we? Yeah. Have a laugh. The laugh was worth 1,000 words.
Oh my days, mate! What an absolute nightmare. I really missed Tom and Si and Ross and everyone who works for us, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck
Absence,
you,
as they say, makes the heart grow fonder, my friend, and it really does. I'm yearning for them at the moment. I'm aching for them.
Right, not your loins, just your general body. I have a desperation for them. Hey, the Liverpool Echo are doing a live watch along as well. I wonder if this is any good. I'm just going to have a little spy on what they're up to. Yeah, ours looks well better. That's fine. Maybe if anyone wants to go...
loads of people saying there's a delay on the sounds.
Brilliant.
Yeah, great. Sync. I mean, we're struggling at the moment, to be honest with you. Let's have a little test.
Let me just try something. Cool. Yes, welcome aboard to everyone who is watching us, of course. We're going to go through some of the bits and pieces that you'll need to know about the draw itself. I'm just going to flick over quickly so we can have a little look at the board. This is the board that we will be using. You can see your pots are alongside.
The sound is sound. Do you know what it was?
What?
I had that microphone turned on when we went straight from the test. So
I just turned it off. Yeah,
and I've turned it off and you've turned it down. So there you go. The sound is sound. Thank you very much.
Sound is the sound. Yes, there is the board. You can see Chris Pajak is going to be over there in a little while when things start to kick off. You can see the pots there already. But anyway, let's get back to us. Yes, hi. Didier Drogba collecting an award of some description.
Is it the President's Award? Because that's not a big thing.
Yeah. Have you developed a greter appreciation? It looks a bit like the Club World Cup, actually. I think that's quite interesting. Have you
Drogba's head?
Yeah. Have you developed more of an appreciation for Didier Drogba now that he's not a Chelsea player and he's retired?
No, I've not thought about him.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I hate him.
It's funny, isn't it?
You've just awoken the beast in me. I absolutely despise him.
The biggest
I'm sure
mistake.
Jamie Carragher does as well, to be fair, because he gave him some tough games.
Biggest mistake. Well, Rafa made a couple of big mistakes in his managerial career. The biggest one he ever made was ahead of the Champions League game with them. I think it must have been, was it like 2008 maybe? And he basically made a big deal about how much Drogba's diving before the game in the hope of like swinging referees, and basically he just riled Drogba up and he absolutely battered us everywhere. Keep your thoughts and comments coming in on everything. In fact, we're going to get to some draw kind of, not, I don't say predictions. I always think predictions is a bit like, but like some thoughts and what have you on them. So yeah, if there's any team, let me know actually what team you would most like. Which one team you would most like us to draw? Just put most like dash and then the team, and then if you want to, and then we'll do that first, and then we'll do some more stuff. So yeah,
just turn your mic down a touch, Paul. A bit more.
Yeah.
It's yours that's blowing out apparently.
Okay, sweet. Yes, and yeah, go for. Let us know most like. So here we go. We've got some coming in already. Risk it. It says most like Ajax. Tom Peel saying most like Lazio. Ethan Campbell most like Barcelona. Ryan Flickcroft, Chris says most like Atletico. Let's do them in this time. For me, Atletico are literally the only team that I don't want, and I don't not want them. I'm not arsed. I think we'll play anyone and we'll beat anyone. I think if we'd had Alisson in goal at Anfield, I think we'd have beaten them last season. But they are probably the only one there that, yeah, you would be happy to avoid.
Yeah, when you look at those sides, I mean, that's the one that I don't want, absolutely, because I know it's 2 hour games, and you know, for me, the Champions League is about just getting through the group stage without expending too much energy. And if you can, actually rotate a few players.
Yeah.
You don't get that option with Atletico Madrid. And they're one of those sides as well, because of the style of play that they utilise, that they play. They're just as likely to get beat by someone else. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like, I don't think, yeah, they're a consistent side, but I think they're actually better against the teams that are better than them.
Yeah.
Because they're not asked to play quite as much. So for me, like, you just don't know what the group's going to look like with an Atletico Madrid in there. And where I'd want a whipping boy and two teams that are just going to beat everybody, basically. That's kind of like the ideal group, really.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a super chat in, a $4.99 super chat from Happy. Ooh. Thank you so much. He says, can't be bothered facing Suarez and Costa. Yeah, or Black, to be fair. But I mean, to be fair, the Luis Suarez thing, I'm less fearful of the Suarez thing now, because I think we got that out of our systems in the Barcelona game, of course. James Weiner, the $9.99 US super chat, says, do we want a weak opponent or less travel?
Weak.
Because this is my point on this, and actually we've actually got some interesting stuff up here in my notes. So what I've done is put together a worst case draw with regards to distance, because I think this is the point. It's a very interesting point, more now than ever, because the only stumbling block is distance now. It's not about, because there's not going to be fans in stadia. So for me, the best case scenario for Liverpool, you might get a slightly stronger team, but you're actually, if you're not flying thousands of miles off to go and play the game, it might actually work in your favour. So we worked that out. The Liverpool's worst case draw in terms of distance from pot 2 is Shakhtar Donetsk, which is nearly 2,200 miles away. Krasnodar in pot 3 is 2,400 miles away. Dynamo Kiev 1,700 is a second choice in pot 3, and then Istanbul Besakir and Lokomotiv Moscow are both around 2,000 in pot 4. Like, you could end up with that as a group, and I think on paper you go, wait, piece of piss, because we've been saying for you, get a Man City, get a Shakhtar draw. You could get Krasnodar, and you could get one of the Istanbul teams, and you're going on paper laughing because they're weaker sides. But if you've got, and we have got a couple of instances where, you know, in particular, in fact, let me just refresh my memory on this one. Like, as an example of this, in February, so that's actually the Champions League later stages. Ignore me on that. There will be, I'll check this out in a second, but there will be a game where we've got a tough game in the Premier League following it. So in some regards, it might be best to avoid those kind of things.
I don't think it is. I think the distance doesn't matter too much to the pros, to be honest with you. I think 2,000 miles, 1,000 miles doesn't matter. You know, the way that they're shipped around in the planes and stuff like that. Yeah, obviously you don't want 3 of them, but I'd rather an easier team and do a bit of travel, because a lot of the sides that you think about of distance, they have these amazing fans. Like, the Eastern European fans are what scares you just as much as the distance. Yeah. So actually going to an easier side with no crowd that's a bit further away for me is a better draw than getting someone a bit closer who's a better side. It's
the travel thing, I think, it's what the knock-on effect it has in the day after. So if you're playing at night, you're going all the way over to Russia and then you're flying back. It's a difference between if you're flying back from Spain, you're back at 1 a.m. and you're in bed and you start, and then you're going back in the next day.
No, I understand it, Paul. I just disagree with it. Like, you know, I think they sleep on the planes. You know, they do all that type of stuff. So would you rather them get up in the middle of the night and get off a plane and do somewhere, or just get a full night's sleep on the plane and then get up and just walk off at a normal time? Like,
for completeness, and out of interest, the shortest journey games we can have are it's almost my dream draw. Ajax, 440 miles to Ajax. RB Leipzig, 865, and Club Brugge, 404. So yeah, I mean, again, given the choice, I think you're right. I think I'd rather actually take that other set of draws. But again, you know, these are all the fine margins and what you're doing when you're talking about keeping things in the tank. It's definitely a thing, because if it wasn't a thing, we wouldn't talk about the Brazilians having to travel across the globe.
And you think about Steven Gerrard going to America, and the one thing he said that was the hardest at the MLS was all the travelling. Now, I think that's different, again, because, you know, it's every week. You could go on 3 road games on the bounce in America. But for Liverpool, I think, you know, so let's say, for example, you get Ajax, right, in the middle of the week, and you've got a tough Premier League game, then you kind of have to play your first team to beat Ajax. Whereas, do you have to play your first team to go and beat someone far away? Can you just rotate a few more players? Can you even leave a couple at home or just not play? So I don't think there's a right answer, but I tend to lean to let's just get through and play the easiest teams possible. And I always do. It's never about anything else. I just want the easiest teams and always have done.
Absolutely. Adam Ford, €5 super chat. Thank you so much, Adam. Saying, most like Barcelona. Watching Barcelona get smashed on any day is a great laugh. I completely agree on this, actually. If I had to choose my preferred draw, because obviously in pot 2 you've got Barcelona, Man United, Atletico, City, Shakhtar, Chelsea, Dortmund, and Ajax, and you can see these alongside the stream here. Obviously, because of country protection, we can't pick up Man United or City or Chelsea from that, which limits the options. I don't really want Atletico, but Barcelona, Chris.
I'm just trying to turn the volume up slightly for everybody. So I've turned it up now, and hopefully that should sort the main volume and bring everything up.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Let me know if it does, please, in the comments.
Yeah, Barcelona. I agree with the point. There is, I kind of just want to get them, and I don't fear Barcelona anymore. I don't think Barcelona are to be feared in the same way anymore. Mm-hmm. So getting them in the groups. Again, you're right. You'd rather have Shakhtar, but if Barcelona came up, I'd actually be really excited about that.
Yeah, Barcelona, of course you're going to be excited about it. It's Barcelona, it doesn't matter. And it's probably the easiest side that you're going to get from pot 2, to be honest with you, the way they are at the moment. And I joke, of course, but, you know, it's a big game and everyone gets up for it, don't they? And you get to test yourself against Lionel Messi again. You get to put them in the place again, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, who is the group that you actually want to get then, Paul?
It's weird because I always look at these and I have 2 different variations on the theme, and it's normally based on where I most want to go. And I'm really annoyed because ideally I'd have gone with, what was it, Ajax, Inter Milan, because I don't know that Inter Milan obviously still play at the San Siro. Mm-hmm. I don't know that Atalanta are still doing the San Siro thing this year because Inter Milan are in the Champions League. I don't know whether that's a factor, and if anyone knows, let us know in the comments on that, by the way. And then in terms of the pot 4, Marseille, because I've got a real soft spot for the French, and Marseille is a city I've always wanted to visit, and obviously a great footballing culture and all those kind of things as well. But again, it's just not the same. So this is why kind of part of me is saying I actually want, because we're not going. It's perversely I kind of want some slightly bigger teams in the groups, because I want the games to be more exciting. I want a reason to be up for the group stages. Whereas otherwise, you might as well be playing in the fucking Europa League if you're going to draw Lokomotiv Moscow and Krasnodar and all those kind of stuff. I want a midweek. I want to be like, oh my god, I can't wait to watch Liverpool play against these teams. What was yours?
The exact same 3 teams as yours. So obviously you got Ajax, Marseille, and who was the last one? Was it Lokomotiv? Marseille. Yeah, sorry. So it was exactly the same as you. But that's for like if you can travel and stuff like that. Now, if I was just picking Liverpool's best draw, I'd be going Shakhtar, Krasnodar. Is that how you say it? And FC Midtjylland, and Midtjylland's probably not the easiest, but I'd like to see them because I've read so much about them and watched them fairly often for a side that you shouldn't really be watching. But they're masters of like the long throw and stuff. That's where Thomas Gronnemark.
I was going to say, is this the Thomas Gronnemark connection?
And Ted Nuts, is it, from Statsbomb, and he worked there and stuff. So I've read so much about that club that I kind of just want to see them and see what style they are. Plus, they're not very good. Which obviously helps. And I get your point about you may as well be playing in the Europa League, but I'm thinking like long term, I want to get the big teams in the big draw at the end, and I'd still want to avoid them, to be honest. I just want to win the competition, Paul.
Well, it's telling. Like, I mean, look at a pot 1, which you can see on the side of your screen. Us, Bayern, Zenit, Sevilla, PSG, Real, Juventus, Porto. Like, there's not too much difference between pot 2 and pot 1 in terms of the quality. Again, it's made easier for us, I think, because of the country protection. Because you wouldn't want to pick up a Man City, and I know we've just dispatched Chelsea. I still wouldn't be overly happy with getting a Chelsea in the competition. But equally, Dortmund. You don't really want Dortmund. I think we're better than them, but also they're absolutely amazing. I don't know where Ajax kind of are really in this development. We know it happens with teams, doesn't it, where they come up on the rails and then they just get picked off a little bit and what have you. And I don't know whether, and again, if people watching at home, let us know your thoughts on Ajax and what have you. But it's it does represent a very interesting one. I got up. I can actually I think I can do this now. So the first Champions League game, don't bring it up on the screen, it's fine. The first Champions League game is between Everton away and Sheffield United at home. The following one is between West Ham at home and Man City away. So that's why that's going to be an interesting one. The week, it'll either be the Tuesday the 3rd or Wednesday the 4th, and we've got City that weekend away before then the international break. Then we come back from the international break. We've got Leicester at home, followed by Champions League, then Brighton away.
Is this the draw, Pablo?
It does look like the draw is getting ready to happen.
I'm gonna have to go over there,
right, okay. Let's see what we can do with all of this. Hi, everyone. Yes, we're going to be doing the Champions League draw show right now. Let me just check Chris Pajak's mic is turned on.
Not yet.
Right, there we go. Yes, hi. He's a very big man indeed.
I should be coming through to you now, mate.
Okie dokie. Thanks everyone for joining us. Yes, we are nearly there. If you're watching along with the draw show on BT or wherever, you'll see that they're all lined up and ready to go. Is it
got a job for life, Manny, by the way.
Is
this all he does? They just wheel him out once or twice a year.
I'm pretty sure that is the sum total, probably, of what he does. I've no idea who he is.
You think you could put a little bit more into it, like the Buffer brothers or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, quite possibly. Okay, yeah. So I mean, there will be a fair old bit of waffle, I imagine, between now and then. So yeah, do get yourselves.
And that's just us.
Oh yeah, because Chris, it's a knock-on effect. When there's waffle in the draw, it means that we have to waffle to follow that. So yeah, but yes, keep me. In fact, I want to know. Let me go down. 2 seconds. Brilliant. Could maybe go up a little bit more. Chris mic down. Brilliant.
Oh my goodness. What a nightmare. I'm sorry, everybody. We've had such a nightmare with the sound. And the way that you just type it in the comments makes it sound so easy to fix. But we're live. There's two of us. We're also presenting a show. And it could be a myriad of different things. That's the problem. Yeah. And also, we've got loads of people saying the sound is in sync. So there you go. I mean, it's dead hard to do this. What would Rafa Benitez say? Well, fixing an aeroplane while it's in flight.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd say fix your aeroplane in flight. Can I just say, right? Look, fine. Please feel free. Do help us along these things. We've been saying this for a while now. You can help us make the show better by being an audience member, but like saying fix something is not that you be descriptive. like make this isn't working, or fix this is not constructive. If you want it to be louder, ask us to make it louder. If you want it to be quieter, ask us to make it quieter. But yeah, right, okay, Chris. Tell you what, talk us through the pots. Will you,
okay, please? So we got pot one, the most important pot for one reason only, the fact that Liverpool are in there. But it's Bayern Munich, it's Liverpool, it's Zenit, it's Sevilla, it's PSG, Real Madrid, Juventus and Porto in pot one. In pot two, we've got Barcelona, Manchester United, Atletico Madrid, Manchester City, Shakhtar Donetsk, Chelsea, Dortmund and Ajax. And then in pot three, we've got Kiev, Salzburg, RB Leipzig, Inter Milan, Olympiacos, Krasnodar, Atalanta, Lazio, and then finally in pot four, we've got Marseille, Lokomotiv Moscow, Club Brugge, Mönchengladbach, Başakşehir, I don't know, FC Midtjylland, Rennes, and Ferencváros, whatever the fuck that is.
Brilliant. Right, okay, we had a super chat come in from Warren McGreevy, €5.49. Thank you so much, mate. I feel like everyone in pot two bar Atletico would give us a good game, so I'd love to draw any of them. No, it's an interesting point. I mean, that's the beauty of it. Again, Chris, do you think are we being a bit sly on Shakhtar? Is it just because...
It's just because City draw them every year. Like, I'm pretty sure they'd get Newport fucking County if they were allowed, because they seem to get them every year as well, don't they? But no, Shakhtar Donetsk. Yeah, look, they are a Champions League side. They play Champions League football every single season. And, you know, but when you compare them to Barcelona, Manchester United, Atletico, City, Chelsea, Ajax, Dortmund, then it is the easiest of the teams on paper that Liverpool can draw. Obviously, we can't get Man United, Man City and Chelsea. So then it's a tough draw then between the five of them, isn't it? And that makes it obviously one of the teams that I think Liverpool would want to get. Yeah, I think, and then in pot 3, these are all, I think, quite tough games and equally tough games. I think it'd be interesting that like Leipzig and Salzburg get drawn against each other, and throw that in with, that's a bit of a mad one, isn't it, with Red Bull and stuff like that. I mean, I reckon Salzburg would lie down for Leipzig to go a little bit further in the competition, just saying. But Kiev, Inter Milan, Olympiacos, Atalanta, and obviously Lucas Leiva's Lazio. Pretty tough games and evenly matched sides. I think maybe Krasnodar's the one that Liverpool wants. And then pot 4. What does droit au but mean?
Straight to goal.
Straight to goal, really? Nice. Go ahead. Lokomotiv, Club Brugge, Mönchengladbach, Basaksehir, Midtjylland, Rennes. And you're not really asked, apart from Marseille, if you want to avoid a good side. I think all 7 of them teams are absolutely beatable. Marseille are the ones with a little bit of European pedigree. And I don't even really know, if I'm honest, how good they are, Paul, at this point.
Who are we talking about, sorry?
Marseille.
Marseille. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of info on Marseille just in a moment. Yes, here we are. Welcome back. Right, Marseille are in here somewhere. And in pot 4, did we say? Yes. Finished second in Ligue 1. Wow.
70 points behind PSG.
Yeah, they had. They had no European football. My notes go as far as this, and Ross has got. It says. Marseille, 995 miles away. Finished second in Ligue 1, 56 points, 28 games. No European football last season. Payet. There we go.
Out of interest, 56 points. What did PSG get?
I'll tell you right now. They're in group pot 1, right? Yeah. Paris Saint-Germain. 68 points.
Okay, so only 12 points difference. Actually, that's not too bad, is it?
Yeah.
But PSG were having a real run at the Champions League last season. Actually, to be fair, the league stopped.
Yeah, the league stopped. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's 27 games played for PSG and 28 games played for Marseille. So yeah, I mean that's another interesting thing about this case. Like Ajax as an example are in pot 2. Their league was cancelled as well in the same regard. So I think we're talking about this like it's a normal. Oh, Chris, I'm sorry, it's starting.
The moustache has got his hands on the balls again.
What? It's fine.
Oh, the tension is palpable.
Didier Drogba, he pulls out. Is he pulled out?
Bayern Munich. I mean, go ahead.
Okay.
Where are they going then?
Let's
Bayern Munich
out.
right now in my
Presumably
hands.
in Group A.
It's definitely A.
I don't know. Yes, there we go. There it is. It's on the screen.
Lovely.
Group A.
Thank you very much, Bayern Munich. Champions, look at them lifting our trophy up. They're a side that you want to be avoiding, quite honestly. But thankfully, Liverpool won't be playing them in this stage.
Okay, and they're going to be joined by from pot. Oh no, hang on. Is this just? Oh no, this is all the pot ones. Okay, sounds. This is all the pot ones. Okay, I get it. Okay, I'm with it now.
Can they go in big?
No, this is just going to be all along. This is going to be the first teams drawn. From pot 1 go into all the groups.
Lovely.
Okay, so there we go. Bayern in group. Jesus Christ, I'm doing this really well. I'm not even doing anything. Group A,
right,
and Group B.
I'm going Sevilla.
Ooh,
Porto.
FC Porto.
Group C. C's looking like the group you want to land in if you're not in pot 1. I think that's fair. That's a fair shout. He looked good, doesn't he, Drogba? I like the moustache.
Looking resplendent. Next up. There they are.
There we go. The big boys. Group D.
The
Liverpool
mighty
Football
Reds.
Club. Group D and Group A you do not want to land in at this moment in time. They're the two groups of death at this point. There you go, look at Mo. Oh, God, he's good, isn't he? What a guy.
Absolutely. Let's see. We've got Zenit, Sevilla, PSG and Juventus left from pot 1 to be drawn out. I mean, this is the really uninteresting part of the draw.
Sevilla. That's Group E to you.
Oh, sad.
You don't get that anywhere else, Paul. Just here. How many people are watching? How many people are commenting that the sound's still out of sync actually as well?
Oh, don't make us now. You said it.
It's so annoying when you can't do anything about
There's
it.
nothing wrong with.
Really want to fix
there's
it
nothing
for
wrong.
you.
There's nothing wrong with the sound.
Oh, good. Club Zenit. There we go. Zenit F. Don't want to miss anything. Oh, that is a banger of a left-footed volley. Oh, nice goal.
Okay. So we got
What are you up,
PSG,
fucking hell.
and literally, it's just the bit where they pick the teams that are going out first. Come on, Didier.
Did they even have to draw this bit?
And
Juventus. Gee.
and the worst thing about this is now, in terms of killing time, you know full well who's going in Group H.
Yeah, but they've got to draw it anyway because they need to make sure that everyone knows that this part isn't fixed.
Thanks, Sparks. Sparks127 saying we're well synced with the BT stream. Thank you so much, mate.
Lovely.
There we go. Paris
I beat you to
Saint
it. Beat you to
Germain.
it. Put Paris in H before, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
beat you, Didier. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now, is it time for some waffle before we draw out the teams from pot 2?
No, it's not, is it?
No.
Looks like it though.
Sure. Okay, we got a super chat from Yori. It says, just have Chris not look at the screen. We won't notice the sound is off. Yeah. Right, cool. Oh, yeah, we have some extra...
Defender of the season.
Oh, Defender of the Season awards. Wow, okay, cool.
Kimmich, is that?
Yeah, there we go. Oh, the Women's Champions League Defender of the Season as well. Yeah, this is all good stuff. I'm going to go back to Chris because I got nothing.
This it? You've just gone back to me?
Yep.
Okay, brilliant. So I'm going to talk for a few minutes because I'm starting to think now, like, look, we can't get United, we can't get City, we can't get Chelsea. I am going to go out on a limb and say that Liverpool, in COVID-19 era, get the away that every lad in Liverpool wants. And we get Ajax, and we're not allowed to fucking go.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's the way that they'll sort that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Liverpool versus Ajax and that away trip?
I think the lads will go on the away trip anyway, if I'm being honest. They'll swim it. Swim it if they have to.
Get up
right.
to Newcastle, get a boat over.
Right, okay, so we've got some super chats come in. Still in progress with $4.99. Thank you very much. Would love to see an LFC versus Inter matchup. What team in each pot do you think will give us the most trouble? That's a good question, Chris. Well, we've got a bit of time here. In terms of, we've done pot 2, I think, haven't we, really?
Yeah, we've done that today.
So pot 3,
Inter Milan are definitely the hardest team in pot 3 for me.
Okay.
Obviously, we've got some players there.
Europa League finalists.
Pardon? Yeah, Romelu Lukaku and all that type of stuff. And they've got some good players. And they've got good players sat on the bench. And like Christian Eriksen, back end of last season, couldn't get into their side and stuff. So could he? RB Leipzig aren't going to be the same side as they were because of no Timo Werner, obviously. But still a well-drilled side. Still a very good football club. Salzburg have kind of had their 2 best players picked off, one by us, obviously one by, was it?
Chelsea.
No,
wait, they're Salzburg. Oh, sorry.
Salzburg? Dortmund, apologies, yeah. So Salzburg probably aren't going to be the same side. Kiev, I would ordinarily say tough away with the fans, but if there's no fans, probably all right. Same with Olympiacos. Atalanta, I don't know too much about at the moment, to be honest with you, but I know that they've been there or thereabouts in Serie A the last couple of years. And Lazio, I'd like Lazio just for the Lucas Leiva thing, to be honest, and like to see where they're at, because Serie A is one of those leagues, isn't it, where you think years ago they were so good, but it feels like there's a bit of a resurgence in Serie A at the moment. It's not a league that I watch anymore, but yeah.
Well, just out of interest in terms of the Italian teams, all in that pot there, Atalanta, well, Lazio finished 4th last season in Serie A. Atalanta finished 3rd, and Inter Milan therefore finished 2nd on 82 points, just 1 point behind Juventus. So actually, Inter Milan very much the team to avoid in that run. Right, we got some more super chats in. Maxu YNWA says, trust me, as a French fan, I can assure you Rennes are a bigger threat than Marseille. They are currently top of Ligue 1.
Really? After how many games?
That's a great question.
I'd love to know. That's interesting. I don't really know anything about Rennes, to be honest with you.
Did they play, in fact, Maxu, if you can tell, did they play Everton in the last few years in the Europa League? I feel like that's a thing, but I could be completely wrong on that, and please feel free to let me know.
Moving on then to pot 4. That's really interesting about Rennes. I mean, the team that I'd want to avoid most, Probably it's Marseille or Locomotive, but now Rennes are obviously there. I'll take your word for it. But Marseille, just because this is one of those competitions for me where being historically good in it just seems to have a little bit of an effect. Like, you know what I mean? Whereas like you look at pot one, won it loads. Won it the most, won it loads, and then you got Barcelona who were just on that little thing. Man United and Man City have never really done it. Chelsea obviously won it once, United won it 3 times. It just seems to be that the same clubs win the competition over and over, and yeah, so interesting.
Chewit has a super chat here, £10. Thank you, mate. That's amazing. He says the sound is 98% in sync. Thank you. He says, love you guys. Keep up these mint vids. United, City, and Chelsea are rank rotten anyway. No one wants them. Yeah. And we've got another one here from Hilton Lamb. Would love Lazio so we can play against a true Liverpool cult hero, Luis Alberto.
Not a cult hero in my eyes. Not a cult hero. I was going to say Lucas Leiva's more than a cult hero, to be honest. I think Lucas Leiva's an actual, living... I love Lucas Leiva. I think he's absolutely amazing. Obviously, the fact that he invited us over there to go to his house so that we could interview him a couple of years back was an absolute, highlight for me and Redmen. I mean... I just when that whole thing started and we were like, yeah, we'll do an interview, and he's like, well, do you want to come over? And we were like, yeah, of course we do. Want to come over to your house and interview you, and then getting him to talk about zonal marking and how Liverpool do the zonal marking and just that whole experience. It was a good couple of days over in Rome, and it was just brilliant. And just driving out for an hour and a half in an Uber to try and find his house, and there's just such a mad story of us getting to Lucas Leiva's house, and then we ended up in his car with him and his kid's nanny while he went to pick the kids up from school because we couldn't get an Uber back because he lived that far away from Rome and stuff. And then we just ended up getting bladdered in a pub that nearby while we waited for an Uber. It was a good time, and I'd love to try and go over to Lucas Leiva's house again and interview him. So yeah, if we could get Lazio, that would be boss.
Absolutely, indeed. Yes.
They're dragging this out, mate.
Oh my God, is this Kimmich? Just stop talking, mate. No one's asked. You're not Curtis Jones collecting your man of the match award, for God's sake. Just get on with your life. Okay, let's do it then. Let's have your dream draws, please. If you can, use the comment section. Right, dream draw. Dash and then put the 4 teams. Obviously, we now know from pot 2, Liverpool can get Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk, Dortmund or Ajax. And Chris, who can they have from pot 3?
Dynamo Kiev, Salzburg, Leipzig, Inter Milan, Olympiacos, Krasnodar, Atalanta and Lazio. It's literally everybody.
Wonderful. And pot 4?
Yeah, everybody.
Just say the names.
Okay. Marseille, Lokomotiv Moscow, Club Brugge, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Bacchus, FC Midtjylland, Rennes and Ferencváros.
Absolutely spot on, as always. Ben Pryor in the comments saying,
Ben.
dream draw, Shakhtar, Krasnodar and Midtjylland.
Yes, that's my draw. That's my dream draw.
Absolutely. Marco Schurink. Yes, sorry, mate. Says Shakhtar, Krasnodar, Midtjylland. Lots of people seem to be up for going to Midtjylland. Maybe it's because they think they'll be dead big there. Yeah.
Okay. Not sure that's how it works, to be honest.
Okay, we've got a dream draw here from Guisa HD. It says Barcelona, Inter, Mönchengladbach.
Wow.
Yeah, no messing around. I mean, you've got to live your life, haven't you? You've got to get out there, got to do what you can do. I really wish they'd fucking hurry up with this, Jesus H. Christ, come on, get your act together, you I swear to God, we've been doing this for a while.
It's going cold over there, I can see it just going cold, it's really doing me head in.
But his mug looks absolutely fantastic. He's got an evolution of Hendo mug, which has got him lifting the Champions League, because this is the competition, it's relevant to what we're doing right now. Then he lifts the Super Cup, then he lifts the Club World Cup, and then he lifts the old
almost
Premier
like
League.
you fell for time.
He's doing stuff.
We're going to miss it. Right, Didier Drogba, he's got his hands all over them balls. It's Atletico Madrid. Oh. They obviously can't go in Group A. They can go, and they can't go in Sevilla. Isn't country?
Why can't they go in Group A?
Sorry, I meant Group E. Country protection. So they can go anywhere but Group E.
Let's see where they go.
Oh, and they can't go in B, can they, either?
Yeah. We're doing this. We're so good at this. He's having a little spin.
I'll go into Group A, will ya?
Yeah, please.
Go on.
Don't be
Group
Group
A,
D. Don't
A,
be Group D.
A,
Don't
A,
be Group D.
A,
Don't
A,
be Group D.
A,
Don't be Group D.
Yes! Group A. Atletico Madrid, Bayern, Munich. There you go. That's good. That's one of the teams that we could get out the way. No messing around. Happy with that one. So yeah, that's brilliant. Bayern Munich will be gutted about that one as well. But Atletico Madrid will be equally as gutted with that one. Chelsea. So Chelsea can go anywhere apart from Group D at this point in time, unless there's something else.
So they can
go in. They can't go in. What?
Yeah, I had it up there, didn't it?
Yeah. We'll work it out.
We'll just see where they
We'll
put
just see where they put them instead of making dicks of ourselves.
It normally takes about half a draw to work it out. Balls in the pot.
There's only 5 balls in the pot, and he's grabbed himself a big ball. He's opening said ball. The ball is being opened. It's twisting open right now. Here it is. Where do we go with Chelsea? Do us a favour and go in G or D. It's Sevilla. Okay, Chelsea be fairly pleased with that. Sevilla are one of those sides that just look like they're going to get knocked out at the group stage and go and win the Europa League again, aren't they? But just what they do. So there you go, Chelsea, Sevilla. I think Chelsea, that's a tough draw. Sevilla are a good side, and they're good in Europe as well. Maybe not this competition, but they are good in Europe. FC Barcelona. Okay, so they can't go in Group B. I know that for a fact. They can't go in Group A or Group E either, because we've already had 2 teams drawn in them. I know that for a fact. I've got no idea if there's any other things at play here. There's only 3 balls in there, so Liverpool will be a 1 in 3 chance of drawing Barcelona. Let's hope that they can go in Group G, though, with Juventus, or in Group H with Paris Saint-Germain.
I would love Barcelona, yeah. I would genuinely.
You would?
I
I'm still not happy.
I would
G.
love Barcelona. G.
Juventus. There's a couple of groups of death on the go here, isn't there? Juventus, Barcelona, 2 waning powers. Messi, Ronaldo going head-to-head one more time in the Champions League. In fact, 2 more times in the Champions League. Messi and Ronaldo will be going head-to-head as Didier Drogba draws another ball now. Look at him, little sly look over. He knows it's happening. It's Ajax, and I'm going to guarantee you that this is Group D. I'm going to put it on the board because they can
No.
What? They can only go in B, C, and D. Is that right? The red annotates B, C, and D. Okay, I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of guessing. It's a good job I'm not live. Oh fucking wait. Here we go. Here comes the D. Here comes the D. Ajax gets drawn in Group D. Told ya. Fucking told ya. Didn't I? I said the 1 year that we can't all go to Amsterdam and have a big party, Liverpool are going to draw them. I said that before the draw. I put it up there before it even happened. I just friggin' knew. Right, who's next? I'm going to go Manchester United, get Real Madrid.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Let's see, he's drawn the ball. He's got it unfolded. It's Shakhtar Donetsk. I'll just put them under City, where they normally are, just until we actually draw where they're actually going. So it's B and C for Shakhtar. So it's Real Madrid or Porto, and I'm going to go that they're going to go in Group C with Porto this time. He's opening said ball. He's got a good technique now. He's on his 4th attempt at opening these balls. He seems to know what he's doing, and it's Group B. We'll just move them over. Shakhtar with Real Madrid. There you go. Real Madrid will be fairly pleased with that one. Real Madrid, Shakhtar, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Porto, all on the loan so far. Man United and Man City. One of them can get PSG. Who's next?
Oh, hang on. Go on. Let's see. We got
Dortmund. I'm
Mead.
going to say that Dortmund go in with Zenit. Or PSG they can go in against, which means one of Man United or City, I think, will end up with Porto. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I'm confused.
Vivek here with the super chat saying Pajak is the man behind the UEFA kit.
Dortmund with Zenit, maybe? Group F? Yeah, Dortmund with Zenit.
Look at that.
So what if City or United get PSG? Man United obviously knocked PSG out the Champions League a couple of years. Was it a couple of years ago now? Was that when Ollie was really got
Ollie-
himself back at the wheel?
Ollie put
as it
himself at
were?
the wheel, didn't he, mate?
Yeah,
By
so
beating
let's
PSG.
PSG put them in their place. So we're going to get Manchester United. One of them gets Porto. Man United are going to get PSG. And Manchester City are going to get Porto. And that's the way that goes.
Let's see.
It's only 8 they can go in, I think.
Okay.
I think I've just seen that. I did guess beforehand. Open it, did I? Man United, PSG, City, Porto. Because City would obviously get Porto, because that's just the way that thing happens. Is that right?
Yep.
Man United are with PSG.
That is right. And just for the sake of completeness, Manchester City drawn out as well. Now, of course, it's great that you've done that, but you've just cost us. That was content that we could have been doing to fill this now.
We've got loads to talk about now, and I can go and stand over here, so I'm not doing anything. So there's 2 groups of death, isn't there? There's Group A, Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid, and Group G. It's 3 actually so far potential groups of death: Juventus and Barcelona, and then you've got Group H, PSG and Man United. Now it's not as much of a group of death because Man United is shit, but you know, big side. Do you know what I mean? Big side at the moment, and then Liverpool have obviously got Ajax. That is that's an exciting draw for us, isn't it, Paul? I mean, Liverpool, Ajax of Amsterdam. What are the comments feeling like? Is everyone happy with that draw for Liverpool so far?
Scott Schultz just wrote hookers and weed in the.
That's what everyone was thinking.
Yeah,
literally
going for a big party in Amsterdam. yeah, absolutely. Any excuse for the lids to get on it. Like, I mean, just looking at it, there's just no way. You know that. And there's, I mean, technically, people can still travel, can't they? You just can't watch the footy. Let's see. David Shenton saying Ajax is a short journey, good for the lads. Absolutely, we called that before. Daniel Leyland saying to the coffee shop, boys.
Yeah, mine'll be an espresso martini.
Yeah,
no,
sure. Andrew Graver with a £5 super chat. Thank you, mate. Saying, been following since 2010. Great content. You've both got me through tough times. You'll never walk alone. Thank you. No, listen, if you've watched the shit that we've been producing for 10 years,
are still producing,
and continue to produce, then you're getting us through tough times, not the other way around, mate. So thank you very much, Andrew, for that. I'm just gonna have a look. If you're a member on YouTube, it's easier for me to find your comments because they stand out in green. So remember, that's the thing, and also you get extra content as well. Connor R, who's a YouTube member right here, says, of course City get Porto. I mean, Chris, if you had to pick it, they were only ever going to get Porto or possibly Zenit, really, weren't they?
Yeah, that's the way. Man City just seem to get these types of draws. But then, you know, what it makes me think of is, you know, up until this year and maybe last year, Bayern Munich were always thought of a side that had it so easy in the league that they obviously then don't go and do it in the Champions League because they don't have to play at their best. And I wonder whether these draws are actually holding Manchester City back because they're getting through the group so easy that by the time they get to the last 16 and the quarterfinals and stuff, they're not having it as hard as they need to have it to test them, to push them, to go that step further. I mean, last season, they should have been getting to the final of the Champions League. That was their best opportunity last season, and they fluffed the lines again. So Manchester City, yes, they'll be happy, but at some point, if they, and what Paul was saying before rings really true for Man City for me, is they need the big ties because their fan base don't care about this competition because they think that it's not important. But what they don't realise is when you're a big club, this becomes just as much your bread and butter as it does the Premier League. And so for me, for a Liverpool fan, we've done the Premier League now. I want us to win the Premier League again, but the European Cup is so much more fun to win, having now done them both in back-to-back seasons. It's a bigger competition. It matters more than the Premier. You want to win your league, of course you do, but the European Cup is the fucking cup, man. It's the best-looking trophy, and you want to do it. Man City fans don't realise this. They keep getting easy draws.
They've got no basis for comparison. Like, I think, look, winning the domestic league and winning the European Cup, the two biggies, aren't they? But you're right. I like the fact that we get to go. Which did you prefer? Kind of prefer. Now, to be fair, I got to see us win the European Cup with my own eyes, which helped helped immeasurably. Right, Michael McGuinness, we're not going to delve into this, Chris, but he put the super chat in, so I'll read it. He says, you know what, lads, City shouldn't even be in this bloody draw. There's a lot of that. Like, if you think back to 2007, like AC Milan shouldn't have been in it that year, and they ended up beating us in the final because of all the match fixing stuff. Stuart Wisby, welcome as a club captain. Yes, Stuart, you wonderful man. You get access to the Final Word show, which this week was the Monday Arsenal game, 60 minutes looking back to that match. You wonderful, wonderful person. And you get access to the custom emotes, which you can spam into the comments right now. And it's, again, as mentioned, it makes it easier for me to pick out your comments as well. Happy Ooh with a $4.99 super chat saying, Ajax versus Liverpool, we are both going to show how beautiful football is played. Yeah, that's just a game. It's a game to look forward to. I was saying it's not necessarily Barcelona, Chris. Literally.
Great point, mate. Great point. Ajax are not Barcelona. Well said.
But it is some of the teams, there might be teams that are less fashionable, but of a similar level. But yeah. Ajax are a name.
Ajax are a name, man, and everyone thinks, everyone of my age remembers that 1995 Ajax side. I mean, it was chock full of some of the best players in world football, and I was made up a couple of years ago when they get back through and they start bringing this crop of young players through that have all played together in the unders, and then Edwin van der Sar, I think, is the director of football. Is he still the director of football there now?
No way, no.
And he just starts to sort of bring through these players, and then unfortunately, what always happens with the Dutch football, because the league's not of a good enough standard, and because there's not as many big teams in there as maybe like the Premier League, they just start to get the best players, just start to get pulled away, and it's very, very difficult for a side like that to maintain their elite European status. But they're a brilliant side to watch. They've got a great philosophy from the club, and they have done for the last 20 years, and it's great to see a big club getting back into the mix in European football. So huge game for Liverpool. I think it's a really good tie for us, because you want a side that plays the right way, because Liverpool do better against sides that play the right way, rather than, I know there's no wrong way to win football games, but Atletico, I like watching Atletico Madrid. I like the defensive style football and stuff. But come on, like, you want to see a side come at Liverpool, because we'll pick them off a little bit better, I think.
Amazing. We got a super chat coming from Craig Tebbs, $4.99. You wonderful person. It says, just subscribed on the website too. Great stuff, boys. Keep going. Also, Poet, what a guy. Your commentary makes me cry laughing. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, we do our very best. We just look. Redmen has been for a decade. It's just me and him. That fella over there, who happens to be my best mate as well, just chatting shit to each other in front of camera, and people seem to get on with, get that off me skybox.
What's wrong with putting a fucking empty cup of tea on a tilted skybox?
Stuart Wisby, welcome. Yeah, welcome as a club captain. And Rufflet Contra, welcome as a club captain member as well. You guys are absolutely smashing it. Yeah. Make sure you do check out that content. Chris, I've got a little quiz for you. Oh, it was the wrong camera.
Hell, no.
No, I think you'll be good at this one.
No, you don't.
Name me the starting 11 that won Ajax the Champions League in 1995.
Edwin van der Sar.
Correct.
Frank de Boer.
Correct.
Ronald de Boer.
I'm pretty sure you're correct. Yes, correct.
Koeman.
No. After this time.
Or was it?
Go for the defense.
Seedorf.
Yeah, go for the back.
Overmars.
Okay, yes.
Kluivert.
Kluivert was on the bench.
Bergkamp?
Nope.
Huh. I'm having a little struggle here.
DM, Dutch, famous, played for the national team.
No, he's French anyway.
In fact, there's two guys, two. I mean, they're all, most of these guys are Dutch, to be fair. In fact, 10 of the starting 11 were in fact Dutch, but there's two DMs. One of them, both of them are actually where. Oh, hang on a second, we'll come back to that.
No, please don't.
Just a moment.
Please don't.
Didier Drogba is drawing out the first ball from the third pot. Let's hand back over to Chris for this one.
There you go, Krasnodar. What groups can they go in? Let's see. I'd like them to go in Group D, and they can go in D, C, and A. So they can go in with City. So we'll probably just put them there right now, because why wouldn't that team go with Manchester City? They've got a nice badge, though. There's a bit of a bull on it. There's a ball, 2 horns, and a horseshoe. I've no idea what the link is between those things, but there we go. Oh, no, it's not. Can they not go in Group C? Is it the other way round? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Stop putting them in groups. Just fucking wait.
All right, I'm going with G now. Now that I think you can't go in D, in C. Come on, let's go. What are you doing? E. Okay, I was wrong. Sevilla, Chelsea and Krasnodar. Ah, the bastards.
Ooh, good.
I wanted them.
Good group for Chelsea so far. Very good group.
It is. You've got to remember, Paul, they're not very good. So they need a good group.
Yeah, very much.
If they want to get far into the competition.
Let me just do... Oh, hang on, we'll do this one and I'll give some shout-outs.
Who've we got?
Next up, come on, Didier.
Leipzig.
RB Leipzig.
This feels to me like, I wonder what groups they can go in first. Is that...
BCD. I don't know what
I think
the blue
BC
represents. Right, 2 seconds, Chris. Right, a big shout out to Mr. Gavkul1, who joins as a club legend, and also to Crazy C30 as a club captain. Yes,
nice.
You're amazing. You're amazing people.
Right, there's loads. So it's not just B, C, and D. They need to. I mean, they've probably spoken through how this all works, but because we don't listen to it,
don't lean on the board.
That's fine. Right. Come on, man.
He's laughing.
H. Man United, Leipzig and PSG. That's a tough group so far, that, isn't it? Man United will not be very happy with that one. Leipzig, Manchester United and PSG in Group H. Who've we got coming up next?
Oh, hold on a moment.
Drogba has got the ball in his hand. He's about to reveal it. And it is indeed Atalanta. Atalanta. Okay. Where can they go? Where can they not go?
Yes, we got a super chat in from Jay Heine. He just sending $10 Australian, mate. Mr. Heine, wonderful, wonderful. I bet you've got a wonderful Heine too. Great, thanks.
Back to the man with a wonderful Heine.
Heine and a half.
Two fucking Heinies. Right, I'm gonna say that they end up in Group G, if that's one of the ones that they can go in. You may as well guess. It's D. It's Liverpool. It's
Ajax, here we go.
It's Atalanta. Well, there you go. Okay, third in Serie A last season. Liverpool, Ajax, and Atalanta. Okay, 2 European ones, close European as well, fairly close.
So basically, if they are doing the San Siro thing, my travellers group is working out perfectly so far. Yes. The most annoying travel group ever. Oh, Olympiacos, Chris.
Olympiacos have been drawn. Where can they go? Who knows? Is it just D, E, F, G, and H?
Oh, or is it the other way around?
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, I think it's A, B, and
there's
C,
only
isn't it?
So it's A, B, and C. I think they're gonna go in Group B.
Let's see.
Miracle.
Who is that guy? Do you recognise him?
Porto, Manchester City, and Olympiacos. It's just
right. Just to clarify, so I was on the Mirror website earlier, and they were doing like best possible draws for Liverpool and Manchester teams, and they picked Olympiacos as one of the easier draws in both. So yeah, never mind. Typical.
Drogba draws out Dynamo Kiev, and I tell you what.
Group G, is that the same?
Is it just G?
They can't go. Oh yeah, they can't play. They can't go in Shakhtar or Zenit's group because of the Russian connection.
Okay, Group G: Juventus, Barcelona, Dynamo Kiev. That's shaping up to be a tough group. This Group H looks like the group of death so far to me. PSG, Man United, and RB Leipzig. I say Leipzig are better than Manchester United as well.
It depends what happens. Who comes into Salzburg in Group A with that? In fact, if Inter Milan end up
Group A,
no, I'm saying you tell me what could be the group of death. If a good team ends up in Group A here, you're in deep trouble here, aren't you?
Inter Milan could be a shout for that group, actually. Where's this one going now?
A or B?
Oh, go into B for me. Go into B. You want you in B? I'll say.
Okay. Still interesting. Salzburg with a decent team. Right, we got some super chats. Yes, Hilton Lamb with 35 Zars saying shout out to Chris for thinking Atalanta could go in Group G with Juventus.
I'm not looking at the board, mate. I'm genuinely not looking at the board. I'm just guessing letters at this point.
And welcome to Liam Rimmer, who joined as a first team member. You wonderful person.
Are they just in B then?
Can they go in F? Oh no, there you go, B. Yeah, Inter Milan. Wow, it's looking like a pretty tasty group.
So it's Real Madrid, Shakhtar, and Inter Milan. That's now looking tough as well. Group F, Zenit, Dortmund, and Lazio. That's a really tough group. Zenit will be absolutely gutted. You get into pot 1 and you draw Dortmund and Lazio. I think that's a really tough group for Zenit there.
Degsy Lovren will be all over it though. It's Dortmund as well.
Loves a header against Dortmund.
Right.
Rightfully so, to be fair. Right. Well, I've got to say, Paul, I think we're getting Midtjylland.
Okay, right. Let me just go. We've got a bit of time here, so I'm going to jump back. Thank you so much to Jay Ratcliffe, who's joined as a club captain. Yes, Jay. And we've got a super chat in as well from Nicholas Poles Pout, who sent $5. He says, "Say hi to Brazil, Chris. Say hi to Brazil.
Hi, Brazil.
Hi, Brazil." Brilliant. I think we smashed that. Okay, Chris, anyway, where were we?
No,
Ajax is 95.
Yeah, I thought you were going to forget. You've not forgotten at all.
Ajax is 95 team. So far, you've got Edwin van der Sar, you've got Frank de Boer, Ronald de Boer, Clarence Seedorf, and Overmars. So you have 5 of the starting 11 so far. And you got one of the 5 subs in Patrick Kluivert.
I can't really think of any more of them, to be honest with you. I know the defensive midfielder's going to really do my head in.
There's 2 that are so blindingly. You've got give with a clue.
Ancelotti. Is that too late?
Ancelotti.
I don't know, Paul. Even Milan wasn't he? Fucking hell, I'm thinking of fucking Milan now. Jesus wept. I'm just going to go off camera so no one can see the embarrassment on my face, mate. I wish I had my phone so I could fucking Google this thing, to be honest with you. I'm not coming back on. Who is it? It's going to do my head in, lad.
There's 2. I can't even. I'm not going to tell you because it's going to do your head in so much.
Oh, don't then.
It's going to do your head in. You've got Clarence Seedorf.
Yeah.
If you had to pair Clarence Seedorf with another Dutch midfielder.
I don't know, Paul. My mind's gone completely blank. As proven by me just saying Carlo Ancelotti, lad.
Played for Juventus.
I'm not playing this game no
Played
more.
for Real Madrid.
I don't care.
Played for Barnet.
I don't know, mate. My mind's gone completely blank.
Edgar Davids.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
I said love to.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah. Okay, one former Liverpool player is in the starting 11. Can you get off the floor?
Yeah.
Wearing the number 10 shirt.
I know who it is. I can't think of his name.
Formerly played for Barcelona.
Yeah.
He's Finnish.
I know. I can't think
His
of his
first
name.
name's Yari.
Lippmann.
There we go.
Right. I literally, my mind's gone completely blank here.
Okay.
So yeah, let's move on.
Legendary Dutch midfielder, not Hullet.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
Frank Rijkaard.
If you say so.
Oh, I've got a great one for you. I'll let people at home get this one. Winger, Nigerian, played, I think I'm right in saying he played for Ipswich Town at some point, and he was an absolute champ man and PES Master League superstar. Let me know if you can get that one in the comments section. Keep your comments and stuff coming in. How you feel the group is shaping up so far? Liverpool, Ajax and Atalanta is our group thus far. I mean, obviously Liverpool, that makes it our group. Let's see who's got it. Some people shouting for JJ Kocher. No, incorrect. Taribo West, no. And yeah, someone's looked it up and put it in there. No, not for Kanu. Definitely not Kira. Ask, is it Ancelotti? Finidi George is the answer. Yes, congratulations to everyone who got that one. Absolutely brilliant. We've got some. Oh shit! I missed the super chat there. Yeah, thanks so much, everyone. Let us know your thoughts. Yeah, are you happy with the draw as it's shaping up for the Reds so far? We'll just have a quick look at how things are lining up so far. So yes, in Group A, we've got Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, and Salzburg. In Group B, Real Madrid, Shakhtar, Inter Milan. Group C, Porto, Man City, Olympiacos. In Group D is the mighty Reds, Ajax, Atalanta. In Group E, Sevilla, Chelsea, Krasnodar. In Group F, Zenit, Dortmund and Lazio. In Group G, Juventus, Barcelona and Dynamo Kiev. In Group H, PSG, Man United and RB Leipzig. Yes, we were saying this before. If you had to pick a group of death from that so far, I mean, Chris, you can't really escape the fact that Group A, just having Bayern and Atletico in it, makes that a twat of a group for whoever gets in there regardless.
They're the two best sides. You'd argue that they were the two best sides in both of those pots.
Yeah.
So that makes that the toughest group. You could argue Liverpool are a better side than Bayern Munich, but they're the winners. They're the holders of this one. I think historically you'd look at Group G as well and go Juventus and Barcelona, two absolutely massive sides. But Juventus are a waning power, it feels like at the moment, and exactly the same for Barcelona. And then obviously you've got, again, a massive side in Manchester United and a side that, you know, they're only about 30 years old, PSG, maybe 40 years old. Now, was it like 73 they were founded or something like that? They feel like they're a big side, but they've not done it, and they've not been around that long. I'm sure it was something like 1973 PSG were
I will definitely have a little
founded,
Google of
that. But again, all the money in the world in that pot, isn't it? PSG.
1970, Paris Saint-Germain were founded.
It was something similar. It's close to that. Like that's mad, isn't it? It's just crazy to think that one of the biggest sides in Europe was only founded 50 years ago. So there you go. And then other than that, I mean, I think Group F's the one where it's going to be tasty. To be honest, I think Zenit, Dortmund, and Lazio is a really tough group because all three teams are around about the same level. And that's what you don't want, you know what I mean? Because everyone can take points off everyone that way around.
Not particularly if you are, I mean, if you're a gambling man and you're looking to try and predict how things are going, that's any one of those three teams could top that group quite easily.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you kind of want, if you're a big side like Liverpool, Bayern Munich, I'm all right with two massive clubs and two dead shit clubs. Because you can guarantee pretty much that you're both going to go through, and then it's just about what order everyone else finishes in throughout the rest of the groups and stuff like that. You don't want 3 or 4 teams that are evenly matched, where teams can take points off each other. You just don't want that, like, and that actually might be what Group H you've got. To be honest, Paris Saint-Germain might be the quality side there, and then you never know with the rest of the draw, with the Man United and Leipzig, what level they're on. But I can't wait to, to have a little guess later. So as soon as the fourth team's decided for each one, I'm then going to guess what order that group finishes in while I put them on the board.
Nice.
Because something to do, innit?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? One note, Chris, of course, and the one thing to take real heart from this is that there's no Napoli in this.
Yeah, thank fuck.
Just
fucking hell, no.
Who are currently
so bored of Napoli.
Top of Serie A at the moment. So yeah, it's mad. I actually haven't looked at Serie A in a very, very long time, and there's some teams in here that I'm well aware of from my late 90s forays into Serie C, 1A and 1B and all that kind of stuff. You know, the likes of Spezia are now Benevento are now in the top league. Brilliant. I'd know it. Crotone. There you go. Parma are back, Chris. Good. The bottom of Serie A.
They just missed Severon, man. Lilian Thuram. Was Buffon Parma?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who else was Parma? They were a great side back in the
Veron,
day.
Crespo, Buffon. Ooh, there would have been a decent centre-half there whose name...
Cannavaro.
Yeah, God, boss team.
It was Cannavaro. That was an amazing side. That, like, they were a good one to go on CM. 3, was it? Would it have been 3?
Yeah.
It would have been 3, wouldn't it? Or maybe even CM2. With the Italian expansion disc. Oh my God, that was a game, that wasn't it? Fucking getting Vialli for Juve was like, oh my days, I got Vialli, finally. And Carlo Ancelotti
was a yes. See, that's what. Yeah, there you go. Fine, spot on. Track junkie here saying Ancelotti might be in the Champions League next year. Tony, says Luke Walsh. Needs a little work. Okay, Olympique Marseille, Chris.
There we go. Marseille are going in with Liverpool in Group D, if that's allowed. I'm sure it is.
to almost get my dream draw, which would be the biggest kick in the teeth going. If this is Group D, then it's just...
Dun, dun, dun.
Don't do it to me.
Come on.
You've done it to me, haven't you?
It's an E, is it?
That's an E. C. Oh, it's something.
Okay, Manchester City get them instead. So Porto, Man City, Olympiacos,
You know what's
Marseille.
really annoying about that straight off the bat is Porto, Olympiacos and Marseille are three amazing aways, like rabid fan bases, really hostile environments, and City won't have any of that. Fucking typical.
No. Yeah. Oh, who's next out? Lokomotiv Moscow. Not a side that I particularly want, if I'm honest. Right. So was that A and D? Did you see them, Paul?
I did not. I'm sorry.
Okay. A. Okay.
So
Bayern Munich,
Lokomotiv.
Atletico Madrid, Red Bull Salzburg, and Lokomotiv and Moscow.
That's worked out okay, really, hasn't it, for Bayern and Atletico, really?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're the two class acts. But again, because of the style of football that Atletico play, they draw pressure onto themselves, don't they? That's the thing. They're just dead hard to break down. Club Bruges.
Club Bruges. In Bruges.
In Bruges. Where are they going?
In Bruges.
See what you did there? You columned it.
Okay, here we go. There's a bunch of balls in the bowl.
Bowls in the
5 bowls in the bowl. Who is it going to be? Morton here saying I'd take Bruges. Bet you would. F.
Zenit, Dortmund, Lazio, Bruges. Again, that was the group that I was saying they're all about the same level.
Can we just point out what a reunion, an ex-Red reunion that group is going to be. You got Dejan Lovren at Zenit, you've got Lucas and Luis Alberto at Lazio, and you got Simon Mignolet for Club Bruges. Oh wow.
Istanbul,
Başakşehir.
Well, I still don't know what the colour scheme means.
You know what? Could we maybe... People all went to Turkey in the summer. Are we allowed to still go to Turkey? Do you reckon there'll be football in Turkey? I've not thought about this. Does anyone know if there's any country that'll allow us to get into a football match? Because if it is, I want Istanbul, yeah. Who else is it? Mönchengladbach, Midtjylland, Rennes and Ferencváros are the other remaining teams that
Come on.
could draw here. H.
Paris, Manchester United, RB Leipzig and Başakşehir.
Interesting.
There you go. Man United. That pot 4. There's normally a team in pot 4 where you think, oh, they're good. I didn't think that this year.
Yeah, sorry.
Did you?
No, sorry. I just people pointed out to me that Pepe Reina. Oh, hang on, Stade Rennais. Someone put. I keep doing that with the camera.
There you go, D.
I'd forgotten Emre Can at Dortmund as well. Yes, I did. Apologies. Not really apologies.
I reckon they're in D.
Rennes.
Avec
les
moi.
Mighty Rouge. Okay.
No, I don't think they're going to be. There's more balls. I don't know.
You know what? Mönchengladbach probably rounds out another a brilliant set of away trips that we wouldn't be having access to, which would be a pretty devastating one too.
Come on then.
The Germans are letting fans back in.
E. Chelsea, Sevilla, Chelsea, Krasnodar, and Rennes.
Now we had Maxu earlier on in the super chat saying that we were underestimating Rennes a little bit, so maybe that is a slightly more difficult draw for Chelsea, but we'll have to see. Okay.
I'm not asked that of any of them 3.
So we can get any of those 3.
Yeah, I'm not bothered on any of them, to be honest. But I'd like to see Midtjylland. Just, Oh, here we go, Midtjylland.
Super chat here from Croc MC saying it took Klopp just under 52 years to win the Champions League. PSG clearly have a couple more years of building to do. Right, okay.
Come on, FC Midtjylland, established 1999. There you go. for a young whippersnapper of a football club, FC Midland. What group are they going to go in? It is D.
It is D. Midgetland. That round.
Liverpool, Ajax, Atalanta, and FC Midland. There you go.
There you go. Okay,
That's
so
a good draw for us, isn't it? I
that
think.
rounds out Liverpool's group so far. Let me know your thoughts on that draw in the comments. We'll see it out. We've got a couple more teams left to draw out, which we will do just for completeness sake. So yeah, let's see what we got. Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Is that just B?
It looks like it. So Real, Shakhtar, Inter, Gladbach.
Let's just double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds. So that means Group G is Juventus, Barcelona, Dynamo Kiev, and Ferencvaros. Right, should I try and put them in an order that they're going to finish?
Do you want to just read, just while we're here, just read through all the groups just for completeness?
Okay, Group A, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Salzburg, and Lokomotiv Moscow. Group B, Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk, Inter Milan, and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Group C, FC Porto, Manchester City, Olympiacos, and Marseille. Group D, Liverpool, Ajax, Atalanta, and FC Midtjylland. Group E, Sevilla, Chelsea, Krasnodar, and Rennes. And Group F, Zenit, St. Petersburg, Dortmund, Lazio, and Club Bruges. Group G, Juventus, Barcelona, Dynamo Kiev, and Ferencvaros. And Group H, PSG, Manchester United, RB Leipzig, and Başakşehir.
Couple of quick comments then. Yes, this has got some really good. Nathan Komisky, who's a member on YouTube here, saying happy with that, lads. The Gronemark derby, says TG. Certainly seems like a good draw on paper. Here says Bam. Here comes number 7, says Daniel Leyland. And Fike Haraz says something that I actually thought while I was cutting these out before. Why are we playing Charlton? Badge, it's just the Charlton badge.
It's true, isn't it? That's mad. That I mean, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have a little guess, mate.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna go buy an Atletico, Salzburg, Lokomotiv. I'm gonna go. See you later. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go Dortmund, Lazio, Zenit, Juventus, Barcelona, Kiev. Yeah, you can stay the same. Nah, I'm not having Man United qualifying. That's what I'm going for. Can you see that? So I'm going Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid go through. Real Madrid and Inter Milan go through. City and Porto go through. Liverpool, Ajax. Chelsea top the group. Sevilla second. Dortmund, Lazio, Juventus, Barcelona, PSG, RB Leipzig, Manchester United get knocked out.
Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Well, yes, Chris is going to join me back over here at the desk. Keep your comments coming in. Sparks127 with a £5 super chat. Thank you, Sparks. He says, we are sorted, and he's got the old yes emote in there as well. Yeah, I'm absolutely made up with that. Yeah, I mean, Chris, it's, you know, trips to Holland, to Italy, and to Denmark would have been lovely. But as I think we've got that nice balance there. I think all 3 teams are beatable. Yeah. But there's enough there, I think, to just give us enough excitement in what we're doing.
Absolutely. Ajax is the big one, isn't it? Everyone knows that right now. That, you know, got Liverpool, Ajax, 2 big teams. Atalanta's an interesting one for me, because I don't know much about them. But I know if they're finishing third ahead of the likes of Lazio and stuff like that, then they're a good side in Serie A. And it's what style of football they play, because I think Italy has this, obviously, reputation for playing loads of defensive sides. I think that's changing over the last couple of years and stuff as well. So Atalanta, I can't wait to do a little bit of research on them. And Midtjylland, as I say, they're an up and at you type of football side. They're going to try and get you at set pieces, at throw-ins, going to whip the ball in. They've got 2 strong strikers. The right back, I think it is, takes the throw-ins all over the pitch, and he throws them like a fucking dart at you. So that's going to be something. But with Gronemark at the football club, you'd expect we know how to defend that type of stuff, as well as obviously we know how to do it ourselves.
Absolutely. Wow, really interesting comment coming here from Ken Michelson. He says, you can still watch football in stadiums in Denmark. I'm from Denmark. That would be absolutely amazing. I mean, talk about rock and roll shit. shit trying to get hold of any ground that allows Liverpool fans in. Is going to be the hottest ticket on the face of planet Earth. Right, everyone, keep your thoughts coming in on that group draw. Just one more time. It is Liverpool, Ajax, Atalanta and FC Midgetland. Really, really good draw, I think, all told from the Mighty Reds. But yeah, if you agree or disagree, let us know in the comments. We are going to be doing a proper reaction to this on Redmen Reacts over on the redmentv.com. So if you want to go and sign up there, get extra content, you can get it in podcast form and in video form as well. Chatting through this, and then obviously when we know how the fixtures are going to pan out, we'll do another special on that as well. There's a 3-part special coming with former Liverpool CEO Peter Moore. There's a 3-part documentary series on Liverpool's winning the Premier League title last season, and there's an amazing batch of content from the past, and each and every week keeping every aspect of Liverpool covered for you guys. Go to the redmentv.com and sign up right now. Yes, Adam Green, I would love to get Klopp on the show. I'll see what I can do. Chris, thank you very much. We'll be back for the show very shortly indeed, but I'm just going to talk for a moment because Chris has to get his hand on the cut button. And yes, we'll see it all.